Okay, so someone asked me, why does the divine masculine, gaslight and lie to the divine feminine in the journey and tell them that you know, they're gonna be with them or whatever they do to gaslight us? And my answer to this question is that they're an ego. They they don't know the extent in which they are hurting you. They don't understand what you're going through when the activation happens. It only triggers them when you go through the healing part of the journey, when you go inward to realize your self-worth and you work on healing yourself. That's when they feel the energy pull back to them, which triggers and initiates their healing. Their And by healing, I mean that they are then energetically able to reflect back on what they do. Now it's up to them to face it. And if you keep, so they will this pull. Once you start to withdraw your energy back to you, they will start feeling the pull towards you because they'll stop running. They'll start to look back. And that's why there's this whole push and pull. They come back and then they want you and they say all these beautiful things. And then as soon as they feel the intimacy, they run again because to them, to someone who's avoidant, and I don't like to use the label avoidant, it's triggering. It brings up wounds of their past where they were forced to perform to receive love and then got punished for it, or that they felt the pain of having loved someone in childhood. And so that is the sort of the natural behavior that they have programmed themselves to behave because they're protecting themselves. And this is gonna happen subconsciously. They don't see it, they don't feel it until you pull back your energy fully. And when you stop accepting them back, when you recognize they haven't healed. And so when your divine masculine does come back, have discernment. Don't fully give yourself in. Don't prioritize the relationship above your priorities. Do you follow? Don't hold what you need to get done in your life for them. As much as they want to pull you in, focus on you. Focus on taking care of what you need to take care of to ground yourself, to give you that strength and stability energetically to understand that you don't need them. Divine feminines, you are beautiful. Divine feminines, you have the power. You have value, is what I'm trying to say, that you are an amazing being because the way you love, the way you have put forth the effort, the work to take care of someone else, because it's just the way that this is designed and put together that the divine feminines go out of their way, because we have a wound of codependency, which codependency translates to loving someone on a deep level in such a way that we abandon ourselves, and that's the wound. And so when someone feels that, that's what they're missing, and we're bound to our twin that has experienced what we have, but they have reacted to it in their childhood or in their past differently, the opposite of how we behaved. Where we gave love, or we looked for love and we gave love, they pulled away, they pulled back, they ran. So it's the yin and the yang. So that's why it's a mirror, because a mirror soul, because it completes the balance, right? The energy. And so this message, I am the purpose of this message is to explain to you, because a lot of us divine feminists are wanting to know and people who are curious about this journey is why do they go through this journey? Why do they not see what they do? Kind of sounds like the Bible, Father, when Jesus talks to God, like, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. Yes, because there's a veil on the divine masculine. They do not understand what they're putting us through until we fully retract our energy, and we stand firm in our sovereignty. And when they miss that, when they feel that void, then they are able to reflect. They will have time to reflect on their behavior, because they will try to move forward. They will try to forget this connection, just as we divine feminines try to move on. They will do the same thing. But the thing is, in a twin flame, if you're in a true twin flame, you cannot move forward. And I hesitate to say this, because I am going through this journey, and I do believe that our mind is powerful. But if there's a soul contract to fully heal, and when you are a mirror soul, and if this is truth, that they are us, just the mirror, then we will forever be drawn to them in this lifetime and the other dimensions. I mean, we're together in the 5D, is from what I am understanding from others who have experienced this and are united. And it is the most amazing union when you have both healed or manifested what you desire, because the connection is unlike any other connection. And I can tell you that because I've felt it. And what I mean by it's like no other is they just know how to love you. That's the difference in this connection. I would say a high-level soulmate is going to be close, but there's a difference. There's a difference. It's deeper, much deeper. In a soulmate connection, things flow a little bit more smoother, but it's not as deep as a twin flame connection. A twin flame connection is so far deeper. And I'm sharing this because I was married for almost 20 years. I was together with my ex-wife for 17 years. And I will tell you, and I have even told my twin, I have never felt this deep for anyone. And that's why it keeps coming back to me that this is indeed a mirror soul or a twin flame connection. And I'm on a twin flame mirror soul journey. So what happens then is that when you fully pull back your energy, they're able to look back. They're able to see, no matter how much they try to forget the connection or try to move forward, they will never feel that connection with anyone else. Because you know how to love them. You both do know how to love each other in such a way that it makes you feel seen. And I did a video about how do you know it's the one? When you feel fully seen. And on a twin flame journey, it is on a different level of how you feel that you are seen. And so this is not for the faint of heart. This is a journey of ascension. It really is. It's about shedding your ego. And your ego, people look at it as you protecting yourself, but it's the behavior shows up as being self-centered, and it being self-centered in a negative way, that you don't consider other people's feelings, because ego is also meant to protect you and to move you forward, to give you that energy to, for example, if you are trying to achieve something, your ego can help you move you towards that goal, but it can also put you in a place where you forget about the people around you, and you do it in such an incompassionate way, in a selfish way. So there's two sides of ego. There's a good side and a bad and a negative, a positive and a negative. It's really for to have discernment and awareness. If well, that may be the wrong way to describe it, because having self-awareness then makes you understand, gives you that awareness of knowing whether or not you're behaving in a negative or positive way, or that you're able to reflect back to yourself to have that understanding, that emotional intelligence, to know whether or not you are going to get a negative or a positive outcome. So, and we learn that from experience. And so there is no way through this, but there's no way to the other side but through this journey. You have to experience it. And so the masculine you have to go through what you have to go through. The divine feminine has to go through the awareness of healing, of knowing that they abandon themselves, and go through fully inward and loving themselves to where they are feeling sovereign. And feeling sovereign means that you don't care if you come back with your mirror soul, even though energetically you're going to get pulled to them, and you still have an energetic attachment to them. You can't do cord cutting, because it doesn't work, because you will the connection itself is that powerful. And so where was I? So yeah, it's a process. You go through your process of understanding that you have to heal and that you have to be sovereign. And then when that happens, you have fully retracted your energy, because you're not attached to the outcome. And you will then also attract high-level soulmates. And when that happens, then they go through their journey. So there's several months behind you on their journey, and they will go through what you went through, and then they will finally, at one point, if they face it, if they surrender fully, like you surrendered fully to the journey of healing and self-awareness, to self-care and self-love, to sovereignty, they will go through that. This is an opportunity. The divine is forcing them to go through this journey. It's the ego's death for both sides. And then those who understand, if they yield, surrender, and understand that this is going to be a connection of a lifetime, that they are who they are, they're our mirror. And from listening to other twin flames who've come back to union, it is the most amazing connection. And whatever they have been looking for has been right there in front of them. And we know this. We recognize divine feminines. We know this. And so it's not to say that once you come together and you decide to go on this journey together to finish healing, because only in relationship can you confirm that you are no longer triggered the way you were because of your wounds, then can you then confirm to yourself that, hey, I'm over my wounds. So that's why I say there's only so much healing that you can do alone. But to complete it, you will know when you're in a relationship, because in a relationship you will get triggered. You will get triggered based on your wounds, and you will know then whether or not you've overcome it. So I hope this explains the whole gaslighting and the lying. It's just designed that way, um, because it's all the whole journey, all the steps fit together, right? um, if you keep accepting them back, and when they're not fully healed, you are then repeating the loop. You have to stand firm, and so this may take a while. And if they keep running and not face and don't have that self awareness of what they have to do which is to surrender, um, then you may not come into union in this lifetime. It may have to be in a uh, in a different timeline, and in a different version. All right, I am like 16 minutes into this. I love you. Thanks for watching. I hope this answers your question. Please feel at home and share any questions that you may have. And I wish you a beautiful journey. This is your story that you're creating. Remember, everything is happening through your consciousness, and so that's why you have the power to change your life. You do have free will in that respect, but there are soul contracts. So I do believe that everything is predestined. If you understand what I'm saying. Um, anyway, we can go on in a different that topic too. I love you. Remember, you are cherished, adored, loved, and created in God's image. Therefore, you are powerful.